So a lot of guys ask me, how do I take care of my beard so well? I will say the most important thing is making sure that you take care of it on a day-to-day basis. The second you start letting too many of the hairs just go wild, like you get too many stray hairs, or you got hair on your cheeks or like on your neck, you kind of start to look unhygienic. And when you're looking unhygienic, it just shows the world that you don't really have good manners. Taking care of yourself is actually a good form of manners, right? So the first thing you're gonna need is one of two things. Something like this. I've got the Philips Norelco. I've been using this now I've been using this for a few years. I find it super efficient. I literally use it every day now. I like to shave my neck, underneath my beard, and then I make sure I get all the hair that's on my cheeks up here, because again, it doesn't look well at all. It looks kind of gross, and you're not really showing the best version of yourself off to the world if you're just leaving these things unmanicured. You don't necessarily need to use an electric razor on your face. In fact, it's not really suggested by a lot of people, especially barbers. They're going to tell you not to use one of those on your face. But the reason why I use one of those is because my neck is very sensitive. So whenever I use one of these, so this is just a double-edged razor, it causes like my skin to break out. I would suggest like maybe just try one of these, just use like a little bit of shaving gel, because you will get the cleaner look if you use something like this. And the last thing you can use on a daily basis to maintain your beard is something like a beard balm or a beard oil. I've got the beard balm. I've used the beard oil in the past. I like the way that this one gives. The look's a little bit better. It's more of like a matte finish instead of like a shiny look. And I just use this to tame the beard so it doesn't go like too crazy, because my beard, it likes to just go like this and stick out a little bit naturally. I don't know why it does that, but this kind of just helps tame that and put it down. So yeah, you just use it once a day, and it also helps with keeping your beard not itchy. Just take a little bit of this and then just rub it in your hands. You just want to make sure you get it in there good. And then don't forget the mustache, because that's hair too, bro. Most days, I pretty much stick to this routine. Sometimes work gets in the way and it's a little bit more difficult when you have shared responsibilities, but this is a pretty realistic day in the life of what I'm doing. So pretty much like you guys have seen, I start off the day with some morning sun. You always want to start up the body with nature. You don't want to start with looking at your phone. I've been guilty of that many times, as I'm sure many of you have. After I do that, 15-20 minutes max, I go ahead and get my day started by getting my hygiene on point, taking a shower. After that, I typically either do one of two things. I will get into a deep work session, especially when Corinne's here, because sometimes she makes me breakfast, or I'll have breakfast first. So one or the other. And then we're at the point right now where we are currently at in this video, which is self-care portion of the day. So after I get my work done and breakfast, I like to spend some time outside, whether it's like a walk, going to the pool, and then go to the gym. And then those two I usually flip-flop as well, because sometimes I like to go to the gym first just because it's less busy during the middle of the day. And don't get it twisted. It's not like I just spend every single day hanging out by the pool, hanging out by the beach, relaxing, taking my time, doing whatever I want. You have seasons in life, and especially when you're taking off a business, you need a massive amount of momentum to take your business off the ground. I like to think of it more as like prioritization. But for the last few years, I've prioritized building my business. And that means that I've had less time to go out and do fun things or spend time with my family. I just pretty much looked at my computer screen for the last 3 years almost every single day without taking my foot off the gas. There was like a lot of spontaneous adventures in between, like traveling to different countries. I've been able to have so many fun experiences in between, which is why it's kind of leading me to believe that when you are an entrepreneur or like a business owner, there's no such thing as work-life balance. You kind of need to design your life around your work. You're always available, you're always working. Maybe you can block off one day, but you design your life around that and you have so many fun experiences. And the only real way you're able to get to that is if you actually spend time doing what you love to do. I'll tell you right now, money's important, but if you can't do what you're doing for a long period of time for free, then you should get out of that industry and switch to something else. Because before I got paid for anything with my agency, I did work for free for 2 years pretty much. Very little money or for free. That's because I love what I do. Wasn't easy. And that's the end of the video. I'm gonna wrap it up here, everyone. Thank you so much for those of you that chose to stick to the end. I genuinely appreciate it. And hopefully this video today gave you a really good glimpse of what my life looks like. Sometimes things come up and I don't get the luxury of spending as much time outside or any time at all outside, or going to the gym. Sometimes I have to skip too because things come up in terms of work that I have to attend to first, or day-to-day struggles that happen within the biz. But if that's something that any of you would like to see, just please let me know, because I'm more than happy to create more content tailored specifically like that to all of you. And you know, it doesn't have to be just all the fun stuff that we do. It can be the daily hustle, like I said. It can be the solutions to those problems that come up. More relatable content I'm more than happy to make, right? So regardless, I'm just going to continue going with the flow and making content, being the most authentic version of myself I can possibly be. So with that being said, click this video right here. This is actually the one that YouTube's recommending based on your algorithm. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video, bro. See you in the next one.